Hello and welcome to chapter 35. So in the last chapter, Stefan came downstairs, I think, very upset, excited, and kind of gave Simone a secret message to quickly leave, because he has something to share. Als die beiden draußen sind, beginnt Stefan aufgeregt zu erzählen. So you see als here and the verb is at the end, so als is another pusher. So when both of them are outside, hopefully you remember that. I didn't look this up yet. Damn, I keep forgetting looking these words up. Ignore. So if I don't look them up, I just don't look them up. Are, and you can also, maybe if you remember them, you can write them in the community, and then I will look them up and give you an explanation there. Yeah? I'll see whether I remember them. Begins Stefan, aufgeregt, we had this, excitedly, and you know, Ronald Reagan was going up and down, and that means he's excited. To tell, and you see zählen, well, it's telling in numbers, right? The teller in the bank is counting your money, and this is it. And the erzählen, so kind of he tells out. Yeah? In this case, it makes sense. Let's see what he has to say. Simone, du glaubst nicht, was ich gefunden habe. I think you can easily figure that one out on your own. Was denn? Oh, here's one more thing though. Simone, du glaubst nicht, was ich gefunden habe. Now, actually, the one thing that's interesting is habe is at the end. So the was here is a pusher, and you can see there's a comma. So what I found have. So this is an indirect question. Yeah, the direct question would be was habe ich gefunden? Question mark. But if it's introduced like you won't believe what I have found, so in German that turns the was into a pusher. It's not a pusher per se. Well, you don't say per se in English, I've learned by itself, yeah? But in this context, when you introduce it like this, then it is. Good. Was denn? Stefan holt tief Luft. Was denn is a nice one. What? And then is simply emphasis. So, what is it? Yeah? So, Stefan holen, Germans always have to go down the hole to get the beer. So, to fetch the beer. So, fetches, Tiefbahnhof in Berlin is the one that's deep in the earth, so deep. And Luft is related to loft, which is the one highest up in the air. So he fetches air deeply, so he's taking a deep breath. Fix und Foxy, remember those were the pugs? Sie sind in der Gartenhütte hinter dem Haus von Frau Kaiser. Not really much difficult stuff here, so I leave you to it for a minute, or let's say a second. And you can always pause the video if you want to digest things a bit longer. Yeah? Keine Sorge, es geht den Hunden gut. Simone ist geschockt. Sorge, we had a word with Sorge before. This one we had before, vorsorglich, which was precautiously. So, and the Sorg in there meant simply sorrow. So no sorrow, not a sorrow, don't worry. No, somehow sorrow is related to worrying. And es geht gut has nothing to do with going. If someone asks you how you are doing, wie geht's? You say danke, gut. Or mir geht's gut. Never ich bin gut. Yeah? The question is wie geht's? How does it go? And you recycle the verb. So es geht gut, so the dogs are well. The hounds, yeah? It goes the hounds well, so the dogs are doing well. Simone ist geschockt. Easy to understand. Dann hat sie sich das Hundegebell doch nicht nur eingebildet, denkt sie. Thinks she, I can delete. Then has she herself the dog bark. Doch, emphasis, not only einbilden. Remember, a build is an image and ein means imagined. Yeah, and you wouldn't say im, so that's why you can kill one. So imagined. So in that case, she hasn't just imagined the barking that she heard earlier. Die nette alte Dame soll also eine Entführerin und Erpresserin sein. Remember, also is a false friend and the position is a bit unusual. So, this would be the first in English. So, the old little lady, the old nice lady should be someone that leads you astray, Führer. Yeah? And if they lead you astray, it simply means they are kidnapper, and it's a female version. And Erpresserin, well, she likes espresso, and espresso needs a lot of pressure. The word is there. And if you put pressure on people, you're basically a blackmailer. Yeah? And you see sein is at the end because soll takes the second position. So she can't really believe that that's the case. Das glaubt Simone noch nicht so ganz. Noch nicht so ganz, still not so completely. Noch nicht so ganz. Maybe you just sing this or say this a couple of times. Noch nicht so ganz. Not completely. Let's see what the dictionary says. Not quite yet. I like that. Not quite yet. So, I remove that. Yet, not quite. Yeah? Yet not so completely. Aber wahrscheinlich ist Frau Kaisers Rente nicht sehr hoch und sie braucht Geld. Two sentences. Wahrscheinlich, and you see, yeah, but true, what seemly, it seems true, so probably, is Miss Kaiser's rent, and careful, is not the rent of the house, it's her pension. Yeah, if you are a pensioner, let's say, how can we remember this? If you're a pensioner, you stop paying rent in Germany. It's of course not true, but maybe easy to remember. Not very high, which is the same word. And she, it comes from, is related to brook. Let's see whether it's used today again. Yeah, not really. But it's related to that. If you are somehow fluent in English language, like Old English language, you might know this. It is basically to need. Let's say if you are broke, you need money, yeah, and that might help with that. She needs gold, which in German is of course money. Geld is not, well, it could come from gold, or it's definitely related. It comes from gelb, which is yellow, so somehow I think it's related from gold, which is yellow, and then we turned it into Geld and made it money. Wenigstens wissen Simone und Stefan jetzt, wo die Möpse sind. Wenigstens was one of the words I wanted to look up. So, wenig means little, and if you have sten is the superlative of it. Little, less, the least. So at least, no. Simone and Stefan, now. The jet is there. Just now. There's a jet passing by now, where the pugs are. Yeah? Remember the second meaning of Möpse? The dictionary might give this to you, so look it up. It's colloquial. Und dass es ihnen gut geht. Gut gehen, we have es geht again. Yeah, these are together. And you see here, ihnen, which I give you as a teaser, is the dative. Yeah, and if you would say I am fine, you would use mir, not ich, or mich, you would say mir. So ihnen is just consistent. So they know that the dogs are fine. Trotzdem, trotz, somehow reminds me of trotz, but it is I am spiteful, and trotzdem, despite that. Yeah, and maybe if you are spiteful, you just trot along. If your horse is spiteful, it trots along. And tut leid is to do, does them the old dame pain, which means sorry. They feel sorry. Tut mir leid, I'm sorry. So they are sorry for the old lady. Last sentences. So despite the fact that they can't really believe this, they are feeling sorry for the old lady, because they assume that she did this and did it because she didn't have money. Wie verzweifelt muss man sein, um die Haustiere vom Bundeskanzler zu stehlen und ihn dann auch noch zu erpressen? Verzweifelt contains two. How? Split in two, which means desperate. Yeah, you don't want to do things, and so it splits you in two whenever you're desperate, verzweifelt. And it's basically twofold, right? You see the fold in here. Must man be, man in the sense of human, so someone, one, be. And we have the zu, which you might come across at one point. It means in order to, the Haustiere, pets, yeah, the animals for the house, of the, from the Bundeskanzler. We had this, right? Bund is something that's bound together. It's bind, and in Germany, der Bund, Bundesrepublik. How do you call this? It's federal, but I have no idea what federal means. So Bundeskanzler is simply the chancellor of the federal republic, yeah, of something that's bound together. To steal. This one we do on our own. So how desperate must one be in order to steal the pets of the chancellor? Okay, the software says double L. Und ihn dann auch noch zu erpressen. And then, and him then also still to, and remember espresso, the press, a lot of pressure on someone that blackmails you. Or the blackmailer actually issues a lot of pressure. That was chapter 35. Enough for me today. I'll do a few more videos tomorrow. Hope you liked it and got a few things from it. Again, these are for relaxation only, for priming. You will get all you need in the grammar lessons while working through the course. Lots of things become clear by just following the course. Yeah? Have a lovely afternoon.